Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George here, and today we're taking a look at the 2025 Subaru WRX TS. The new trim level 425 TS stands for Tuned by STI, or Subaru Technica International, the race division. So there are a few differences on this performance-wise. It has kind of replaced the RS and it sits at the top of the WRX lineup. And of course, first one we got in World Rally Blue. It will also come in the exclusive to the TS trim level Galaxy Purple Pearl, which we're all very excited to see. So aesthetically, right off the bat, something you may notice: black mirror caps. You can't really see it from this angle. Black shark fin antenna and a black lip spoiler. We also have these awesome 19-inch satin gray rims, and they're wrapped in the Bridgestone Potenza S007s, which were originally tires made for the Ferrari F12. So they're definitely a performance-oriented tire. You have those orange-ish Brembos, so big brakes on this car. Front end, same as the previous gen, or sorry, not previous gen, but previous model year. Red WRX logo on all of the 25s. You've got that hexagonal shaped honeycombish grille, functional hood scoop. It is still the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer and 271 horsepower. No slouch, very, very fast. Small, angular, aggressively styled LED steering responsive headlights, ridiculously bright, fantastic at night. We also have LED fog lights down there at the bottom. And we get the cladding around the wheel wells, and it continues along the bottom of the car. Give you a quick look. These are drilled rotors. Good surface area, dissipating heat. And of course, this is Subaru's iconic rally car sedan. Very sleek styling, very efficient. Fuel door, rear passenger side. And if the driver door is unlocked, the fuel door is unlocked. And it does recommend unleaded fuel only, premium recommended. You could put mid or regular in a pinch, but they do recommend premium. We do get the red WRX with the pink S for STI there, that cherry blossom pink. There is that little lip spoiler I was talking about on the back. I'll give you that rear 3/4 view. You do get your quad exhaust tips off the back. We have functional vents in the rear bumper. Probably can't see it in there, but there it does pass all the way through. Airflow. Blacked out badging. Keyless access. So instead of being underneath these two stars like the other Subarus, it's over here, just to the left of the bottom of the main star. And you got quite a lot of room in the back of the WRX. Quite cavernous. Lots of room for sports equipment, luggage, the like. So it's a sports car, but it's practical. Underneath the false floor, we have a fix-a-flat kit, can of goop and a compressor, a little bit of storage, and we do get the jack and the other tools associated with that. So they've done no tire for weight savings in this trim level. If you get stuck in your own trunk, we do have a glow in the dark trunk release, which is handy if you've ever been in the back of your trunk or had it closed on you accidentally. Easy close. So, sports car, but practical. We do have these little flaps. You can flip them up and you can get crossbars, and they bolt directly in. A lot better than the ones that used to grab on the C channel. Those are a lot easier to come loose. Second row. First thing you notice, obviously the color. This bright blue, it's an electric blue for sure, is in the inside, on the inside of all of the TSs. But you have a lot of legroom, a lot of headroom in the second row, room for up to 3 passengers. And it's a mix of the leather bolstering with the blue and your suede. Very, very comfortable seats. We do have a fold down armrest out of the center console. Integrated cup holders in there. In addition to that, the outer 2 passengers have heated seats, high and low settings. We've got 2 USB ports for charging. Then we do have vents underneath each front seat facing rearward to heat up and cool down the second row very effectively. Now, again, sports car, but practical. We have easy access to the latch system, the lower anchors and tethers for children. We have the additional anchors up top there. We do get the Harman Kardon audio system in the TS, so it is a upgraded audio system, phenomenal audio system in my opinion. Door card, that same bright blue, and again, I don't think the camera's really doing this justice. It is very bright in person. I think this is actually dimming it down a little bit. Soft touch on the door card as well as the armrest. Auto rear windows. We've got a little bit of storage with a bottle holder there. And I often get asked about that little black slot. And that is what this extra side impact crash safety bar locks into and is designed to reduce chance of intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a collision. So, safe cars. Child locks are easy to access. Important to note, these are not tied together, the doors. If you do one and you want them both done, you have to do the other as well. Up front, door cards are going to look very, very similar in terms of soft touch and colorway. All 4 auto window switches are available to the driver. Got window lock if you don't want people playing with their windows. Power mirror adjustment. A little bit more storage along with a larger bottle holder. And of course, they don't miss out on a chance to tell you about the Harman Kardon system. Now, we do get Recaro seats with WRX TS stitched on the headrest. So these seats do hold you very, very tightly in the corners. Very, very comfortable. It's a great look, especially with the blue on them. And it is power seat still. We do get a manual transmission with the aluminum covers with the rubber grippies. Even the dead pedal is aluminum. We've got the ability to disable traction control. We can pop the trunk, and we have a scroll wheel for the brightness of our gauges, which we'll get to in a second here. One of the big things with the TS is we do get this fully digital gauge cluster, and of course, STI in the top left. Here, we'll shut this off and turn it back on so you guys can see the startup icon. And it says reminder look in rear seat because I had the door open. So closed, comes to life. It's very, very cool. I like it. And you can make some changes. Bottom left there, you can change, you get fuel economy, time running versus distance traveled, navigation destinations, what you're listening to, boost gauge, and nothing. So you kind of get the best of all worlds there. Tells you the drive mode you're in. So right now we're in sport. There are several other drive modes. We'll get to that in a minute here. And of course, main digital and then digital analog speedometer. So that is one of the big changes for the TS. Now, steering wheel is D-shaped, flat bottom here, blue contrast stitching, which is really nice. And the steering wheel, bottom left of the steering column, see if I can get it there. It is both tilt and telescopic, so you can adjust it to how you like to sit, which is very nice. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we do have our Bluetooth and audio controls, so you can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. These arrows here are what change our small display up there. Got the ability to accept calls, hang up calls, issue voice commands, switch between AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth, etc. Switch between our presets. Volume is still the toggle, so this is the old style, different than the newer, more updated Subarus, but it is nice to have that there. Right-hand side, we get adaptive cruise control and lane centering if we want them. So all of the manual transmissions in Subaru's lineup starting in 2024 get the eyesight cameras, those 2 black boxes. So they're scanning, looking for vehicles, cyclists, pedestrians, and other vehicles. Now you don't have to use this. You don't have to use that safety tech. It is a nice aid, great for long distance travel. You don't have to use them. Totally optional. Now, the drive modes as we were talking about. So we've got the mode button and we have the star. Star is your individual customized drive mode. So I'm gonna press mode. Every time I press mode, it's gonna change and it's gonna pop up there. So right now we're in sport. We're in sport plus, sport sharp. We've got individual, comfort, normal, back to sport. So when I do that on the screen here, it changes. Shows you what mode you're in. And if you're an individual, you just get to choose how you want things. So individual is totally custom to you. And it does adjust the suspension. So this is the suspension, the adjustable dampers that you would find in the GT, which is very handy. It's nice. So you can kind of customize it to yours. But it does default to sport because, you know, it's a sports car. 11.6-inch touchscreen infotainment system that you find in pretty much all of our vehicles now. Easy to use. Top portion, we've got what we're listening to, navigation destination, we've got weather as part of your satellite radio trial, and then widgets / gauges. Calendar, oil temp, you want to change them, simply touch. Select the one you want to change, and you can change it. You can turn it off altogether if you really wanted. What I wish they had a boost gauge up here in addition to the available boost gauge there. Subaru generally does a great job of doubling up on things like outside temperature clock. It would be nice if we had that option for the boost gauge. That's a personal qualm. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. You also get the driver focus system here. So there's a little infrared camera there. Sometimes you'll see a red light pop up. It's scanning you to tell you if you're distracted or drowsy. There you go. You can see it right there. You can turn that off as well if you don't like it. Map, it's powered by TomTom. No subscription for the nav. You've got that for the life of the vehicle. Radio, media, phone, pretty self-explanatory. Under apps, we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You'll gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name, and that'll allow you to lock and unlock the doors, diagnose check engine lights, book maintenance with your closest dealer, lots of stuff like that. Double up on that. Settings, car info, driving statistics. You can set maintenance reminders in here. Very easy to use. And of course, when you put it in reverse, backup camera pops up. Shows you the top of the bumper there, so you have something to relate to, which is nice. We do still have physical volume and tuning knobs, which are very nice to have. And then something that I didn't point out, but we've got the red STI engine stop button, which I really like. It pops. Climate controls are on the bottom portion. We have physical buttons. It is dual zone climate control. It goes up or down in 0.5 degree increments, or simply click, drag. You've got lots of options here. Sync it back to driver controlled. You can control where you want your airflow being directed. If you want AC on, recirc, max AC, heated seat switches, or buttons, I should say, 3 stages for both driver and passenger. And then we've got our big fan strength buttons that are really hard to miss. You can turn climate control off altogether if you don't want it. If we go, this home icon will always take us home. Under the car, you've got drive mode select, steering responsive headlights. You can turn that off if you don't like it. Driving assistance. You can change some of those settings, how sensitive they are, the volume of warning, lots of things. That's where you turn off the driver focus system. You can change the digital map. Lots of options to make this car yours. Now below the screen, we have 2 USBs, an auxiliary, and a 12-volt rubberized device storage area. And this is nice soft touch material. So if you have to end up resting your knee on a long trip, or your passenger does, it's gonna hurt less. 6-speed manual transmission, really, really nice to shift through. Reverse on this, just like every other Subaru, collar up, over, back. Really easy to use. And of course you can confirm you're in reverse because the camera comes up, but the collar is required to be lifted to go to reverse. If I go over and back, that puts us in 6th. Now, when you're in gear and the clutch is fully engaged, that right there will tell you what gear you're in. Something that not a lot of people notice right away when they're driving these. We have a traditional handbrake, which is fantastic if you like to drift. Cup holders, armrest is soft touch, not that it's far enough forward for you to really use as an armrest, unless you sit way far back. 12-volt power point with a place to run cords through for charging. And then up top here, this one just came in. Auto dimming rear view mirror, no switch to flick if someone's got their brights on behind you, just automatically dims. It's the best feature ever in any vehicle. We have 3 home link buttons. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. We've got the ability to disable that. Auto dimming feature. Then we have an integrated compass. Up top, we've got SOS and roadside assistance buttons. You'll get a little green light when the My Subaru connected services are enabled on the car. We've got our map lights. We've got our sun visors, vanity mirror with lights. Then these can be pulled over to the left and to the right if you're on the passenger side, depending where the sun is placed, so you're not blinded. Now, actually, speaking of blinded, we have blind spot detection on both side mirrors. So they're the little black screens on the physical side of the mirror, and I'll show you. They're going to illuminate like so on the corresponding side when someone is in your blind spot or is going to be in your blind spot momentarily. Not an excuse not to shoulder check, but it's a great aid if you kink your neck, can't quite turn your neck as far. Actually, visibility in this car, pretty darn good all around. Good shoulder check. Visibility is not an issue in these. Now, to go with that, we do have some little LEDs that come out of that little hole there. I'm gonna shut off the car, and then when I turn it back on, you'll see the LEDs flash on the windscreen. They all mean something different. I do have a video going over that. I will put that video link in the comments or in the video description of this video. So if you want to know what each of those means, check that out. Now, I haven't shown you guys under the hood. It is just the regular 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine you get with all the WRXs, so little icon. You have to reach back a little bit further than you think you would, but there you go. And I've got it on. and it's pretty quiet after it warms up. So to open this, hand in to the right of the logo, facing down, move from right to left. And this is the only vehicle in our lineup that still offers hood struts, which are absolutely fantastic. So there it is, 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder boxer engine, 271 horsepower, top mount intercooler, and pretty much everything that is highlighted in yellow is what your average consumer is going to touch during their ownership. If you're more mechanically inclined, of course, that will change. But we have our dipstick, our coolant, overflow reservoir, our engine oil, top mount oil filter, which technicians love. We've got our washer fluid reservoir. We've got easy access to the battery, and we have brake fluid. So it's all pretty darn easy to use. We've got the ducting for our top mount intercooler. It is actually functional, unlike a lot of vehicles out there today. Directs the air directly over the intercooler or through the intercooler there. So I'll give you guys that final 360 walk around of the 2025 Subaru WRX TS in the iconic World Rally Blue. Absolute blast to drive. Adjustable suspension does make a difference, especially through corners. So thank you for sticking with me and watching my quick walkthrough of this 25 WRX TS in the World Rally Blue. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the tech in it, something you saw in the car that you'd like me to elaborate on further, please put it in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. If you're in British Columbia or you're willing to make the trip to northern British Columbia to pick up a Subaru, please reach out to me directly. I would love to help you guys find your perfect car. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk soon.